1 Samuel chapter 23. David was told, the Philistines are fighting against the town of Keilah, and they are stealing grain from the threshing floors. So he asked the Lord for advice. He said, should I go and attack those Philistines? The Lord answered him, go and attack them, save Keilah. But David's men said to him, we are afraid here in Judah. Suppose we go to Keilah and fight against the Philistine army, then we will be even more afraid. Once again, David asked the Lord what he should do. The Lord answered him, go down to Keilah. I'm going to hand the Philistine over to you. So David and his men went to Keilah. They fought against the Philistines and carried off their livestock. David wounded and killed large numbers of Philistines, and he saved the people of Keilah. Abiathar, the son of Ahimelech, had brought down the sacred linen apron with him from Nob. He did it when he ran away to David at Keilah. Saul was told that David had gone to Keilah. He said, God has handed over to me. David has trapped himself by entering a town that has gates with metal bars. So Saul brought together all his soldiers to go to battle. He ordered them to go down to Keilah. He told them to surround David and his men. He told them to get ready to attack them. And David learned that Saul was planning to attack him. So he said to Abiathar the priest, bring the linen apron. And then David said, Lord, you are the God of Israel. I know for sure that Saul plans to come to Keilah. He plans to destroy the town because of me. Will the citizens of Keilah hand me over to him? Will Saul come down here as I've heard he would? Lord, you are the God of Israel. Please answer me. The Lord said, he will come down. Again David asked, will the citizens of Keilah hand me and my men over to Saul? And the Lord said, they will. So David and his men left Keilah. The total number of them was about 600. They kept moving from place to place. Saul was told that David had escaped from Keilah, so he didn't go there. Sometimes David stayed in places of safety in the desert. At other times he stayed in the hills of the desert of Ziph. The day after day, Saul looked for him, but God didn't hand David over to him. David was at Horesh in the desert of Ziph. And there he learned that Saul had come out to kill him. Saul's son Jonathan went to David at Horesh. He told David that God would make him strong. Don't be afraid, he said. My father Saul will not harm you. You will be a king over Israel, and I will be next in command. Even my father's soldiers know this. The two of them made a covenant of friendship in front of the Lord. Then Jonathan went home, but David remained at Horesh. The people of Ziph went up to Saul at Gibeah. They said, David is hiding among us. He's hiding in places of safety at Horesh. Horesh is south of Jeshimon on the hill of Hakilah. You are majesty. Come down when it pleases you to come. It will be our duty to hand David over to you. Saul replied, may the Lord bless you because you were concerned about me. Make sure you're right. Go and check things out again. Find out where David usually goes. Find out who has seen him there. People tell me he's very tricky. Find out about all the hiding places he uses. Come back to me with all the facts. I will go with you. Suppose he's in the area, then I will track him down among all the family groups of Judah. So they started out. They went to Ziph ahead of Zor. David and his men were in the desert of Mount. Mount is the south of Jeshimon in the Arba Valley. Saul and his men started out to look for David. David was told about it, so he went down to a rock in the desert of a mount to hide. Saul heard he was there, so he went into the desert of a mount to chase David. Saul was going along one side of the mountain. David and his men were on the other side. They were hurrying to get away from Saul. Saul and his army were closing in on David and his men. They were about to capture them. Just then a messenger came to Saul. He said, come quickly, the Philistines are attacking the land. So Saul stopped chasing David. He went to fight against the Philistines. That's why they called that place Selah Hamath-Lekoth. David left that place. He went and lived in places of safety near En-Gedi. 1 Samuel chapter 24. Saul returned from chasing the Philistine. Then he was told, David is in the desert of En-Gedi. So Saul took 3,000 of the best soldiers from the whole nation of Israel. He started out to look for David and his men. he planned to look near the rocky cliff of the wild goats. He came to some sheep pens along the way. A cave was there. Saul went in to go to the toilet. David and his men were far back in the cave. David's men said, "This is the day the Lord told you about. He said to you, I will hand your enemy over to you. Then you can deal with him as you want to." So David came up close to Saul without being seen. He cut off a corner of Saul's robe. Later, David felt sorry that he had cut off a corner of Saul's robe. He said to his men, "May the Lord keep me from doing things like that again to my master. He is the Lord's anointed king, so I promise that I will never lay my hand on him. The Lord has anointed him." David said that to correct his men. He wanted them to know that they should never suggest harming the king. He didn't allow them to attack Saul. So Saul left the cave and went on his way. Then David went out of the cave. He called out to Saul, "King Saul, my master." When Saul looked behind him, David bowed down. He lay down flat with his face toward the ground. He said to Saul, "Why did you listen when men say, 'David is trying to harm you'? This day you have seen with your own eyes how the Lord handed you over to me in the cave. Some of my men begged me to kill you, but I didn't. I said, I will never lay my hand on my master. He is the Lord's anointed king. Look, my father, look at the piece of your robe in my hand. I cut off the corner of your robe, but I didn't kill you. See, there is nothing in my hand that shows I'm guilty of doing anything wrong. I haven't turned against you. I haven't done anything to harm you. But you are hunting me down. You want to kill me. May the Lord judge between you and me, and may the Lord pay you back because of the wrong things you have done to me. But I won't do anything to hurt you." People say evil actually comes from those who do evil, so I won't do anything to hurt you. King Saul, who are you trying to catch? Why do you think you are chasing? I'm nothing but a dead dog or a flea. May the Lord be our judge. May he decide between us. May he consider my case and stand up for me. May he show that I'm not guilty of doing anything wrong. May he save me from you. When David finished speaking, Saul asked him a question. He said, "My son David, is that your voice?" And Saul wept out loud. "You are a better person than I am," he said. "You have treated me well, but I'm treating you badly. You have just now told me about the good things you did to me. The Lord handed me over to you, but you didn't kill me. Suppose a man finds his enemies, he doesn't let him get away without harming him. May the Lord reward you with many good things. May he do it because of the way you treat me today. I know for sure that you will be king. I know that the kingdom of Israel will be made secure under your control. Now make a promise in the name of the Lord. Promise me that you won't kill the children of my family. Also promise that you won't wipe out my name from my family line." So David made that promise to Saul. Then Saul returned home, but David and his men went up to his usual place of safety.